Dear Kenyans, the violent build-up of state repression has brought us to this point. Kenya cries for a moral front to consolidate the incredible courage of the young people who have been demanding for a better country. They were exercising their guaranteed rights to assembly and freedom of speech as unarmed citizens. Sadly, yesterday many had their lives cut short with bullets, while others have been injured. Their lives had value. We condole and mourn with their families and friends and wish quick recovery to those still in the hospital. Many other Kenyans have had their property destroyed. This is unacceptable. The truth is this: these young Kenyans are not alone. Their voices carry the pain of millions of Kenyans who are tired of where the country is heading. Kenyans are tired of the violence, the collapsing economy, the poor health care, and the failing education sector. A nation cannot stand when its people's backs are broken. This is not an intergenerational conflict as hard as we wish to frame it. Neither is it an ethnic or constitutional crisis requiring a referendum or yet another handshake. This is a failure of leadership, an institutional failure, and not a constitutional deficit. It is a failure that exposes the president's abdication of responsibility when his government oversees the weaponization of police and the military against unarmed Kenyans. We face a deep crisis. We are on the abyss of instability, but we do not have to give in to anarchy. We can prevent more bloodshed. We can prevent destruction of property. A moment like this calls upon us to write the next chapter of the history of our nation with the ink of moral fortitude. We must seek out common voices to guide us back to a path to constitutionalism, economic prosperity, and human dignity. This moment calls upon us to put aside political interests and pursue the Kenya of our most courageous dreams. It is with this in mind that I have reached out to several leaders and organizations to find a solution out of the institutional and leadership crisis we face today with 4 absolute essentials. First, we must listen to the concerns of the young people who have paid a heavy price since last year. We cannot entertain yet again elite settlements and handshakes that do not fundamentally change the welfare of Kenyans. Second, we must hold accountable all leaders of institutions that have failed in upholding the rule of law, including the National Police Service, the IG, the DCI, IPOA, and the National Assembly. Third, we must arraign in court all those involved in the killings, injuring, and maiming Kenyans, as well as those who have destroyed property. Fourth, the buck stops with the president. We must commence a process to hold the president accountable for the gross violations of the Constitution. Kenyans can decide what this process would entail. I am confident that together we will reset this country to the rule of law, restore dignity, and rebuild our economy. I pray for wisdom and for continued courage for us all.